Okay, what I've got here is another lock that was in my mixed box. It's called Newstar, as you can see there. Show you the locks working. All the more common locks like here and the likes of, obviously you've bumped them hundreds of times. If you've got any sense about you, you'll have made a list so you know how many washers and grommets etc. it takes to bump those locks, as I have done myself. Ones like this that you've never heard of, obviously they're a lot harder from that point of view to bump because you've got to start from scratch setting your washers out. Even in hand, normally I'd bump this and write down how many washers and grommets it's taken, so if I came to another one of these I know exactly how many it needs. On this one, as you can see, there's no markings as it would be if you came to it in the door. So if you didn't have a list of how many washers and grommets to use, what I do, to show you this, I'll put the grommet or dampeners on there, start adding the washers, until I think it's right. The thing I aim for is to leave about a 2mm gap between the peak of the first key and the first washer. As you can see there, it's about 2mm, and that's normally a good gauge for setting out your washers, regardless of what the lock is. So put that in there, and we're going to try that to start. Might have to add 1 or 2 washers, but we haven't in this case. The lock's bumped. As you can see there, the lock's now open. But it's a good trick to remember that, because if you're about 2mm away from that first peak, as you can see there, it's the best place to start. So all I would do, if that hadn't have bumped, I'd have took this 1mm washer off and put a 2mm washer on to thicken it. If that still hadn't done it, I'd have probably tried taking the 2mm off and another 2mm and so on, you know, gradually working through it until you open the lock. But it's a good starting point. So that's the Newstar lock bumped.